Time now for culture on the program, and for that I'm joined by Olivia Salazar-Winspear. Great to see you as always. Now, a week ago, you and I spoke, and you talked about the place Queen Elizabeth II had in the UK's arts and culture scene. Now, France 24 has been speaking to someone who saw that up close.
Yes, her image, in fact. Painter Nikki Phillips is a portrait artist who was commissioned to make a very special image of the Queen in 2012. That was her likeness on a first-class stamp. She then went on to paint the Queen 3 times, going to the palace for sittings. And France 24's Eve Jackson got a chance to sit down with Nikki in London and hear a bit more about capturing her likeness and the challenge of that. Here's a bit more from her.
Had 3 one-hour sittings, and as you can imagine, with the monarch, goes like that. So you just have to glean as much as you can when you're with her. I was really there to capture the colours, eye colours, skin colour, hair colour, because that's where I feel that the human eye has a bit of an edge on the camera, and I hope I'm not offending photographers across the world by saying that. And also I had her sitting next to me so I could get the dynamic, the feeling of that she was actually sitting there, which I think you can only capture when you have somebody literally next to you.
So you can catch the full show with Nikki Phillips here on France 24 at 5:15 Paris time, and that's on our website too.
Perfect. And now you're moving back to Paris now, where this weekend many people will be able to get a glimpse inside some very special buildings. So what can they see?
Yes, it's the European Heritage Days, where people are invited to go into buildings that are normally off limits. It's very, very well attended, this, all over France. There are often long queues for some more exclusive properties. I wanted to flag up 2 properties here in Paris, 2 sites. One, the UNESCO headquarters. Now, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary, the 50th anniversary of the World Heritage Programme this year. There's a modernist building in Paris, which is their home, and you'll be able to go inside. There are exhibitions, a documentary in partnership with National Geographic to mark that as well. Another major site here in the French capital is the Bibliothèque Richelieu. This is the former Royal Library, which dates back to the 17th century. It's undergone a 12-year renovation programme, which has been extremely integral, as you can imagine, given the historical value of that site. They have dance performances, music going on in the courtyard this weekend for people visiting, and you can check out everything on offer on the European Heritage Days website. So there's plenty to do on Saturday and Sunday.
The library looks stunning. Now another event taking place here in the French capital looks a bit more lively, with a bit of contemporary art in the mix too. Explain.
Yes, the Palais de Tokyo is also celebrating 20 years as Paris's premier contemporary arts venue, and it's really made a name for itself on the European scene, I'd say, as well. As well as contemporary art, they're staging a whole weekend of events called Bodies in Alliance, curated by Italian artist Marinella Senatore. You can see some of their rehearsals there. Her practice is dedicated to the power of the group, collective action, the energy sparked by collaboration. So they'll be doing dance workshops, music, performances, DJ sets. And it's not just professionals, it's not just professional artists. They've invited sports associations, local groups, and they're really encouraging the public to take part in what they want to be a living celebration.
I love the space. It is pretty beautiful. Next to a comedy festival, bringing in a very international lineup to the French capital. Who can we see?
Yes, the Comedy Stop Festival kicked off last night with Australian comic Celeste Barber. Now, you might know her from her Instagram parodies, where she mimics celebrity poses with some relatable results, let's say. We've also got local talent Paul Taylor with his very British take on French life. Canadian comic Catherine Ryan, she'll be bringing her hilarious delivery to the stage here in France after her best-selling memoir, The Audacity, was published last year. And another transatlantic star on the bill is Iranian-American Maz Jobrani. Now, he's someone with a bicultural experience, so a really sharp observer of universal truths, local quirks and differences culturally. He deals with some really interesting socio-political issues as well. He's one of the founding members of the Axis of Evil comedy troupe with other Middle Eastern comics that was founded after 9/11. Now, we got a chance to speak to Maz in a bit more detail about the situations that he minds for his stand-up comedy, and you can get a bit of a taste of his style as well. Take a look.
You can't get a cold during the coronavirus because everyone thinks you've got the coronavirus, right? Getting a cold during the coronavirus is what it felt like being Muslim after September 11th. Everyone thought you're guilty. It's what it felt like being white after January 6th. That was your day, mother. I was watching January 6th. I go, oh shit, they have terrorists too! I'm sorry, patriots. That's what white people call their terrorists, patriots.
One type of material that's universal is any family material. So whether you talk about being a father, a husband, a son, all of that stuff, I think you play it anywhere in the world. I've had a chance to perform in Australia, in the Middle East, and all over the world. The family stuff crosses over. The stuff that's a little harder to cross over is anything that pertains to, let's say, American politics or something that's going on in the US right now that maybe Europe has its own problems. They don't want to hear about my American problems.
So as you can see, Maz Jobrani, a wide range of issues in his stand-up, very highly recommended. He's performing at the Apollo Theatre in central Paris on Sunday evening. There'll also be other gigs at the Alhambra over the weekend.
Thank you very much for that, Olivia. Olivia Salazar-Winspear there with Culture. Time next for sports.